What level?
4.
Level 4 beam routine.
So I don't know if you guys have a beam at home, but I'm assuming your beams are not raised like this. So we're going to skip the mount, and we're just going to worry about that when we come back to the gym when everything's all better. But I'm going to start here just so you guys can see what my arms are doing. So actually, I'll come over here first. So for the mount, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to have your fingers in front of you, and you're going to circle them in towards you. You're going to go goofy arm, good arm, and then point. So you're going to make sure your goofy arm goes first, good arm follows. You're going to circle in towards the center of your chest. So do it. And then when you finish, your good arm is going to be, your finger is going to be touching your elbow, and your goofy arm is going to be facing the beam. Your good arm should be facing out. So one is facing down, one is facing directly in front of you. So your arms are going to go circle and hold. So each arm only circles once. I will explain the stuffed animal in just a second. All right, so circle and push. That's what our arms do for the mount. All right, back to the stuffed animal. So when we're doing beam, I always say don't look at the floor, don't look at the floor, eyes off the floor. It's the complete opposite for beam. So since you guys don't have a beam at home, I want you to take your stuffed animal and put it about 10-15 feet in front of you. And as we're doing this routine, I want you to keep your eyes on the stuffed animal the whole time. Does that make sense? That way you have something to look at. I want you looking down at the floor while you learn this, so you're balanced, so you're focused, and so you know where you're going and you're aware of what's around you. That's why we have the stuffed animal. So I'm gonna leave mine right here so you guys can see it, but tennis on the end of your beam. So if I'm doing my routine on a line, just back and forth, walk forward about 7 steps, set it down, walk back here, and then as you're doing your routine, just keep your eyes on it the whole time. Does that make sense? All right.
Why don't you put him on the end of the beam?
Because they can't see it. So, our mount. If you don't have a beam, just bend your knees, sit on your knees, arms in front of you, and then as you stand, you're gonna go goofy arm, good arm, and push. So your good leg is in, you're standing on your good leg, and your goofy leg is pointed behind you. Do that one more time. You can kind of do it on the floor. From here, circle, push. All right. All right. So moving on from here. If you competed level 3 and you remember the bend, kiss, level 4 is the same, except for one difference. So level 3, we kiss right in front on top of the beam. Level 4, when we step forward, our arms circle. You point your foot and you kiss to the side. Both of your arms go to your goofy side, and your knees and your hips are going to slightly turn to the side, but your eyes are on your stuffed animal. Your eyes don't move. All right, does that make sense? I'll show you. So from the mount, circle, pose, step forward, point your goofy foot in front, arms by your side, circle your arms, keep your eyes on the beam, pointed foot, and bend arms to the side. All right, hips under, point your front foot, your toes are touching each other, they're not way out here. Toes touching, from here, arms side, pulled back, pointed foot. From here, you're gonna kick to horizontal and lever into your cartwheel. I would recommend that you guys get a line, or if you have a beam at home, to work on cartwheels and, hi Sandra! Cartwheels and back walkovers so you don't lose them. Back walkovers are especially important because they're in your floor routine. For those of you who are training 5, they're in your beam routine. Not being able to get on the beam and do our back walkovers on the beam is hard. I don't want you guys to come back into the gym and lose all of your back flexibility. So make sure you're doing back walkovers, stretching your shoulders, and I miss you, Isabella. I miss all you guys. So keep working on your shoulder, especially you, Isabella. Work on your shoulder flexibility at home every single day. You need it. Hi. Sandra's.
Hi, Sandra.
Okay. Sandra, you should learn this. You should do this too. All right, arms in front. Stand up and pose. Make sure your arms circle just one time each. From here, step forward, circle, bend your knees, touch your wrists, arms side, pull back, kick to horizontal or higher, lever, and cartwheel. All right, so you're gonna just turn around, finish your cartwheel with your goofy leg in front. So when you should grab 2 stuffed animals. That way you can look one on each end. All right, so you're gonna finish your cartwheel, and when you finish, every time we do a handstand or a cartwheel or something where we are going upside down and finishing in a lunge, I want you to look at your foot when you land, or right in front of your foot. So finish your cartwheel, look straight down at your toes. After you're in your lunge and you're balanced, then you can finish and look for the end of the beam. You have to watch your feet come down on the beam. That's why I want you to look straight down. Then you can look up. If you're looking over here, when you're putting your feet down, you have no clue where your feet are. You need to make sure you're watching. All right, lunge and finish. So from the end of the cartwhel, let's see some comments. You have 2, perfect. All right, so from the end of the cartwheel, you have your goofy leg in front, arms by your ears, looking at your foot, and finish. From here, you're gonna put your goofy hand on your hip, and your good arm is going to go down, and it's going to push forward. And as it pushes forward, you're gonna pop your heel. So lunge, finish, circle hip, and pop. All right, do that on the beam. There's so many comments. Don't worry about the mount. You're gonna start the mount facing the small end of the beam with your goofy foot pointed. Does that make sense, Mariah? So if I'm a righty, I'm gonna stand and face the small end with my left foot closer to the beam. You're a lefty, I think. So you're gonna start facing the small end with your right foot in front and then kick your good leg over. All right? Hope that helps. But don't worry about it. We'll worry about that when we get back in the gym. All right, from the cartwheel. Look at your toes. Finish. Hand on your hip. Push your good arm. Forced arch, your hands on your hip. You're looking at your stuffed animal. Keep your eyes on your stuffed animal. So from here, we're gonna put both hands on our hips and turn to the side on releve and push your goofy arm out and then push your good arm back. So you start here, so lunge, finish, you go push, 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're bending your arm a little bit when you push it. I don't want you to be a robot when you do it. So you're not having straight arms the whole time. All right, let's do that part one more time, and then we're gonna add on. Cover your ears, look at your toes, look at the end, and push, push, push. So forced arch. Make sure when you turn to the side that you're on high releve and you're pushing all the way through your big toe. All right, so from here, you're going to lift your arms to crown and go to releve and step backwards 2 times. Will you turn it? And then from here, point your foot, arm side. So you should have your goofy leg in front right now. All right, one more time. Finish the cartwheel. Look at your toes, lunge. Make sure your back is flat, that you're not finishing here. Flat lunge, finish, and push, forced arch, and push, high releve, and push, lift, crown, step, 1, 2, point, arm side. All right, after this part, so level 3, we do our rond de jambe if you just competed. 3, or if you don't know what a rond de jambe is. All right. So, your rond de jambe is where your foot is touching the floor, and they're gonna make a big circle. So you're gonna see the difference. So if I was doing level 3, my rond de jambe would stay about the same height as the beam. But for level 4, it's a little trickier. You have to point, lift your foot up just a little bit, just to about 45, and then circle it at that same height all the way around, and stop, and then we're gonna go arabesque, hold, 1, 2, and point your back foot, hold. All right, from the beginning. Hi, Bubbles. I don't know.
Level 4
see
beam
me?
routine from the beginning.
Will you tilt it a little bit more?
Down.
No, just left. Other left. Too much. Thank you. All right. Arms in front of you. Circle. Pose. Remember, look at your stuffed animal the whole time. Circle your arms behind you. Point your foot. Your back leg is ended again.
What?
What the heck? Oh my.
Level 4 beam routine.
Arm in front. Circle. Pose. Arms down. Circle. Make sure your front leg is bent and your bottom leg is straight. And then you bend your bottom leg as your wrists come together. Arms side. Pointed front foot. Kick to horizontal. Lever. Cartwheel. Lunge. Goofy leg in front. Look at your foot. And finish. You're going to need to tilt it more. In a second. Never mind. No, you're not. Yes, you are. I'll move. Make it easy. So finish your cartwheel. Look at the end of your beam. Look for your stuffed animal. And push. Forced arch. Chin up. Lift releve. Push on your big toe. Goofy arm in front. And good arm. Back to forced arch. Make sure your heel's all the way forward and not dropped. Arms in crown. Hold. Step backwards. 1, 2. All right, here's the part we just went over. Point your foot. Lift it up a little bit. About 45. I'll scoot forward so you guys can see. Lift it up. Keep it up. Rond de jambe. Your knee should be facing the beam. Lift, hold, arabesque. 1, 2. Tap the beam. Make sure your chest is up when you tap and you don't lean forward. Make sure you finish up. Step leap. All right. For level 4, how big does your leap need to be? Yeah, we're back. I don't know why it keeps crashing. I'm sorry. It's ended like 2 times now. All right, so for level 4, your leap needs to be 120. If you're training 5, it should be 150. Should be 180, but you know, since we've been working such leaps on the beam. All right, let's see. Finish your leap. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Arms are out to the side. From here, you're going to take your goofy leg and step in to bent legs. Beam feet, so one foot slightly in front of the other, not completely, just slightly. Bent knees, hips tucked under, arms in low V. We'll do that again. So finish the leap. Back knee tucked under. Step, hips flat. Bent knees. And then from here, we're going to lift onto releve, straight legs. So from the bend, arms low V, you're going to lift, and you're going to cross your arms in front. All right, they're gonna be, your finger's gonna be right on top of your elbow. They're not touching, but they're not super far apart. They're just barely apart from each other. Does not matter which arm goes in front. I put my goofy arm on front. What about the scale? Arabesque scale, it doesn't have to go higher than their hips. So it doesn't need to go above here. And make sure when you're doing it that you're not dropping your chest down. You have to keep your chest up and arch in your back for it. All right. All right, so from the leap, finish. Hips under, and lift to releve, arms crossed in front. You should still be able to see the beam through your arms. From here, you're gonna go arms side, flat feet, point your goofy foot in front. And then step on it, kick your good leg, lever handstand. For level 4, level 3, you just have to hit your handstand and show it. To go kick, touch, lever, split, split lever. For level 4, you have to hold your handstand. Once your feet touch, has to be held. 1 gymnastics before you split. Time doesn't start until your feet are together and you're at vertical. If your feet are together but you're pikey in your hips and it's not vertical, or you're archy, it's not held. Have to be perfect vertical handstand, feet together, tight body, pencil shape, hold 1 gymnastics, controlled split, control your lever. All right, has to be held, so push in your shoulders and stay really tight in your handstand. All right, we're gonna start from the beginning. A little bit more. A little more. There you go. And then you're gonna need to follow me. And circle. Pause. Goofy arm, or good arm faces out. Good hand faces the beam. Circle, and bend to the side. Turn your hips, pull back, arm side, tuck your hips under, and kick onto by your ears, lever, cartwheel, and end it again.